Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is an update. Tomorrow is going to be the preview for Chelsea versus Wolves, and I'll look into all the other Premier League games as well, see what is popping, see how I think it's all going to go down. But on this occasion, we're going to go over some news and go on what the latest is at Chelsea, because a couple of things have happened and we have to discuss it. But before we do, I want to let you know this video is brought to you and sponsored by the OneFootball app for all of your latest scores, including tonight's Europa League fixtures. If you are interested, Manchester United scraping a 3-2 win over in Cyprus. Man United doing Man United things. If you want to know all the latest, go on to the OneFootball app, link in the description. On top of that, remember, if you are based in the UK or Ireland, you can get Italian Serie A match content for free on the OneFootball app. One Italian Serie A game per match day streamed live on the OneFootball app. As well as that, you get to watch all Italian Serie A match highlights if you are in the UK and Ireland. So make sure you download it now. Link in the description. Enjoy. Let's get cracking. Starting off with bittersweet news, and this is to do with yesterday. We saw Wesley Fofana score his first Chelsea goal, and what a good goal it was. I mean, well, it wasn't the hardest goal to score, but the occasion, Chelsea AC Milan, win needed, first goal of the game, smashes it into the bottom corner, or at least just the bottom of the net, and it's 1-0 Chelsea, and that gets us going. Fofana then came off with an injury, and we were all asking, what type of injury is it? Is he alright? I hope he's okay. Yesterday, he left the bridge on crutches, and apparently he had a knee brace. So immediately people were thinking, the knee, oh my God, hope it's not an ACL, hope he's okay, hope he's not done any ligament damage, we hope everything's fine. Well, we have the latest. Let's check it out now, starting off with this. Breaking, Fofana has a sprained knee, 4 weeks or so out. That came from L'Equipe in France as the first source of information that let this out. And then we had Matt Law saying, as reported here in France, so Matt Law is somewhere in France right now, if you didn't know, told sprained knee is right, and that the expectation is Fofana will be out for up to 4 weeks, but could be back a bit sooner. Seen as good news for Chelsea, and to be honest, it is. When it comes to a knee, and this is why I said it's bittersweet, because it's still an injury, so it's bitter. But it's sweet because what we had in our heads was catastrophe. You know, knee injury, those can be damaging, those can be long, those can be, especially if it's bad, you're out for months with a knee injury. The guy's just signed. So the fact he's going to be up to 4 weeks, could be sooner. We're talking maybe 3. I don't see him coming back before 3. So right now, if we're being honest, he might get a couple of games in before everyone goes to the World Cup. That is how it's looking right now. So for now, up until the World Cup, we might not see a lot of Fofana. We might have to wait until after the World Cup to start seeing Fofana play regularly again in a Chelsea shirt. So look, at the end of the day, will we be okay? I hope he's going to have good rehab, and I hope everything will be fine with his knee. So far, the news is looking good. But for Chelsea, how do we play without Fofana? If we go to a back 4, it's easy, because then we have Koulibaly and Thiago Silva. If we need to rest, we have Chalobah. Cool. Centre-backs sorted. If we're going to a back 3, Cucurella needs to come into left centre-back. Without question. Because then we have Silva, we have Koulibaly, we have Chalobah. If we're looking to rest, then it's going to be Silva, because the others can handle game in, week out. We rest Silva, Koulibaly comes into the middle, or even Chalobah, because he's done it before. That would mean Koulibaly switching over to the right and Cucurella coming to the left. Or it would mean Koulibaly shifting over to the middle, Chalobah staying on the right, and Cucurella coming into the left. We can do that. He's comfortable there. So we have solutions. It's going to be okay. No panic, everything's fine. I still think our defense is quite strong in that aspect. So I wish Fofana the best, and I hope to see him soon. We all hope to see him soon, and yeah, hopefully all goes well in his rehabilitation. Let's go to the big news of today, because I read this and I thought, oh my God, no. I want to cry. I want to cry. Not at the fact that, you know, we all know the time's going to come where we have to say goodbye to N'Golo Kante. There's going to come. I just didn't think it'd be now. Although we've seen the injuries and all of that, I was optimistic that he would sign a new contract and we'd offer him a new contract at least. Well, as we are waiting for that, because his contract runs out next summer, so at the end of this season, we've had some news, and this has come from Foot Mercato. They are saying this. N'Golo Kante wants to leave Chelsea, but continue his career in London. He still has no interest in playing for PSG, despite various attempts by the French champions. This is also said, and this has come from Santi Aouna, who is a journalist for Foot Mercato. Very popular with the French players, especially. Anything aside from that, he's not really, that well connected. But when it comes to the French players, he's actually credible. Saying, N'Golo Kante wants to stay in London, which limits his options to Arsenal and Spurs. Chelsea and Kante are heading towards a separation at the end of the season. Now, as I've said, this hurts because it's Kante. He's the nicest guy on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. We knew the time would come where we would have to say goodbye. Even when you look at Kante and his time at Chelsea, he's been magnificent. We're talking since he signed in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, or the end of 2016. If I'm actually trying to remember that correctly. Yeah, N'Golo Kante's first year under Antonio Conte. That's correct. So he came in, and since then, it would be, at the end of the season, 6 years, his time at Chelsea. He's been magnificent. We knew the time would come. Didn't think it'd be now, because he's not old. He's just constantly injured and injured and injured and injured. That's why now there's doubt. That's why now we're talking about having to prepare, look at our midfield options, see who's going to be playing in that position, who's going to eventually take over from Kante, who's going to take over from Jorginho. We're having conversations for both because both of their contracts run out at the end of the season. So Kante, I thought out of the two, would be the one that we give a contract to. Jorginho, we know eventually is going to go back to Italy. But with the injuries, I can see why now we would be prepping to try and replace N'Golo Kante, right? That would be wise. But I did not see this coming where he wants to stay in London. So we're not offering him a new contract, and if that's the case, then cool, you can't blame the player, right? Even if he wants to stay in London, you can't really blame the player. But the repercussions of that, as Santi said, would mean that it would have to be either Arsenal or Tottenham. Unless West Ham are going to be paying him a massive salary, which they're not. Any other takers? Brentford? Can you pay his salary? Crystal Palace? Can you pay his salary? Watford? You might have to go up a little bit more north out of the M25, but Watford, can you afford this salary? Any other London? Leyton Orient. Your club budget might not cover his salary, with all due respect. It's going to have to be Arsenal or Spurs. Now, can you imagine N'Golo Kante? Spurs? I wouldn't know what to feel. I would love and hate him at the same time. Him in an Arsenal shirt. Initially, that wouldn't bother me. Just like we've sent Petr Cech to Arsenal. Just like we've sent David Luiz to Arsenal. Anyone that goes to Arsenal, just like we sent Willian to Arsenal. I wasn't fussed about Willian going to Arsenal. I knew he'd do nothing. It's not a problem. However, and we have to be honest here, Arsenal are looking good now. This isn't where we used to we're mocking them, they don't know what they're doing, they look horrendous. Maybe their time this season might still come where they'll dip in form, but right now I am taking them seriously because for the first time in years, I am seeing Arsenal play proper football, get proper results, look properly good, and everyone is doing exactly what they need to do. It's been years since we've seen Arsenal at that level consistently. They're top of the league. They're there for a reason. Or, well, Man City, I need to check. But they're up there. Add Kante to that. And I know, yes, his injury record and whatnot. But you never know. You never know. Maybe under a different medical team. Maybe with less games. Where Arsenal might accommodate that. Maybe he plays well. Because it's Kante. That's the thing. And that's where I get a little bit, oh my God. So, we'll wait and see what happens. But please, N'Golo, yes, you love it in London, but, you can come here on holiday. Please, if you leave Chelsea, please leave. please leave London. Please, don't go to Spurs. Don't go to Arsenal, I beg. But anyway, that's obviously me joking. He's going to make his own career up. He's going to make his own decision up. And we will move on. Obviously, we will, with or without anybody. That's the truth. And we'll see what happens. But let me know your thoughts down below. Because, yes, we have to prepare for Kante and his end. at Chelsea. We have to. With the injuries they're showing, we have to be wise. But let me know how you feel if you were to move to another London club. Let me know. If it's Arsenal or Spurs, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. How would you react? Much appreciated all. And I will see all of you tomorrow for the preview to Chelsea versus Wolves and the rest of the Premier League games. So I'll see all of you then. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you enjoyed this. I'll see you tomorrow, people. In a bit. See you then. Take care and peace.